What is up, guys? It's Axton Good Time Gaming, and today I'm going to bring you a turret build for Payday 2. Now, if you guys have been out of the loop for a while, you might be kind of wondering, turret build in Payday 2? The fuck is that about? Well, with update 100, turrets are kind of good now. Actually, they're not just kind of good, they're really fucking good now. So turrets are amazing now, they do great damage, they're very easy to manage. The amount of ammo you have to put into them to actually make them work and keep them maintained is pretty reasonable. Turrets just kick ass in general. So we're going to take advantage of that today. I'm going to show you guys a build I've been using with my turrets, and I have a slight variation on this build with two different perk decks, so I'll kind of talk about each one and kind of the pros and cons of it. But first, there is no DLC needed to run this build. Now, the way I kind of like to run it, I use DLC, but you don't have to have DLC to run it. So, no DLC needed. Let's get right to the skills. Alright guys, let's start out with our skills here. We're going to go over to Enforcer. Under the Shotgunner section, we're going to go ahead and Ace Underdog. That'll give us 15% more damage and 15% less damage taken. So very excellent there. We're going to Ace Resilience under Tank. That's going to increase our armor recovery rate by 15% and reduce the effect of flashbangs by 75%. We're going to go up to the third tier here. We're going to take the first rank of Shock and Awe, which will increase our recovery rate of our armor by 25%. And we're going to go ahead and Ace Bullseye, which will give us 25 armor up to every 2 seconds for every headshot that we can get. And last but not least, we're going to Ace Iron Man, which will give us 30% more armor and will also unlock the ICTV armor for us to use. This is a heavy build. I've tried this build with lighter armor and it works okay too, but I just prefer the ICTV armor. Over in Ammo Specialist, we're going to go ahead and Ace Scavenger. That'll increase our ammo box pickup range by 50%, and every 6th enemy that we kill will drop an extra ammo box. We're going to be needing all that ammo to be fueling our sentries and to move them around, so we're definitely going to need the ammo. Next up, we're going to take the Ace version of Extra Lead. Pretty self-explanatory there. Going to give us an ammo bag and a bunch of ammo for it. Take the first rank of Saw Massacre. Now, the reason we need this first rank here is because in order to get up here into the last tier and get fully loaded, we need to spend 3 points. And we could spend 2 points here, but then we'd also need to spend another point over there just to get into that top tier. So we spend 3 here just for this, doesn't really matter, unlocks the top for us. Because we want to get fully loaded. Basic version will increase our total ammo capacity by 25%, and the Ace version will make it so that the ammo that we pick up from ammo boxes increases by 75%. We also get a 5% base chance to get a throwable from an ammo box. So the way that this thing works is that you have a 5% chance always to get a throwable from an ammo pickup, okay? The base chance of that percentage is increased by 1% for each ammo box that you pick up that does not contain throwable. So let's say you pick up 15 ammo boxes and you don't have a throwable come out of them, then you'll have a 20% chance for the next one to actually give you a throwable. Once you do find a throwable though, your chance resets back to 5%, and then you have to work your way back up and try and get another one. This is good for a number of reasons here. First off, you're going to be getting a lot more ammo back than what you would normally, which will mean that you can keep your sentries stocked full of ammo. You can keep ammo for your own weapons, and also if you're using Molotov cocktails, you can throw those down, kill like 50 million bajillion people, and pick up all the ammo and have saved yourself a lot of bullets. And there's a chance that once you do pick up all the ammo, guess what? It's going to be another ammo box that's going to have your lovely Molotov cocktail inside of it. So very strong, very good skill, fits really well. Over in Technician, we're going to ace everything in Engineer except for Eco Sentry, okay? So I'm going to go through these real quick just to give you guys an idea. Right here at the bottom, third law, makes it so that the cost of deploying a sentry gun is reduced to 56% of your total ammo. The Ace version will give your sentries a protective shield. The next rank here will increase the accuracy of your sentries by 100%, and it will increase the rotation speed by 150%. They also get 50% more ammo stocked. Eco Sentry will make it so that the cost of deploying a sentry gun is reduced to 48%. So what that's going to do is make it so that you can lay down a sentry gun with your primary and with your secondary. You can lay down 2 for each one, so a total of 4 altogether before you need to get any ammo. And plus you'll have ammo left over too. The reason we don't want to take the Ace version is because sentries as a whole are pretty strong. If for some reason Overkill nerfs them and takes away some of their health, then you may want to consider going ahead and acing it, but right now they do really well, and it's just kind of a waste of 4 points. Up in Engineering, the basic version will unlock a less noisy version of the sentry guns, making them much less likely to be targeted by enemies. Very self-explanatory. The Ace version is what we really want. You can now toggle AP rounds on your sentry guns, lowering the rate of fire by 75%, but increasing damage by 250% and allowing it to pierce through enemies and shields. That's what you want right there. The AP rounds are, in my opinion, much better than the automatic fire. They're very accurate. They're very damaging. Yeah, it's a little bit slower rate of fire, but you can hit multiple targets with it. They're just really strong. They're very good. Next to that, we have Jack of all trades. You deploy and interact with all deployables 50% faster. That includes your sentries. If you ace it, you can now bring a secondary deployable with you. If your deployable is equipped with a secondary deployable, you can only bring half of what you would normally be able to if it was equipped as a primary. So if you bring, say, aced ammo bags, you can only bring 1 ammo bag. If you bring silent turrets, then you can only bring 2 silent turrets. If you bring aced doctor bags, you only bring 1 doctor bag. If you ace uppers and you want to take 14 medkits, well, guess what? You get 7 medkits. So whatever you would normally have, you get half of that. Now, some people prefer to take 2 sentry turrets as their secondary. Really, I prefer to bring the ammo. I find that having 4 turrets just to start with is pretty much overkill anyways, and then having 2 more to manage kind of stretches you thin a little bit. I've played around with having it 6 sentries. I've played around having it just 4 and then ammo. I prefer 4 and then ammo because then in case I can't get to any ammo stocks or something's going on, I at least have my own ammo stores I can fall back on in order to resupply my sentries with. And then last but not least, we have tower defense. Basic version will give you 1 extra sentry gun, and then the ace version will give you 2 extra sentry guns. Over in Ghost, we will take the first rank of Duck and Cover to give us 25% earlier and faster stamina regeneration, and it'll let us move faster by 25%. We're going to take the first rank of Parkour to give us 10% additional movement speed and 20% increased speed while climbing ladders. Really all we care about is the movement speed. Over here in Fugitive, we're going to go ahead and take the first rank of Equilibrium to decrease the time it takes to draw and holster pistols by 80%. The first rank of Gun Nut to increase our pistol magazine size by 5. The first rank of One-Handed Talent to give us 5 more damage, and we're going to ace Desperado. Basic version will make it so that each successful pistol hit gives us a 10% increased accuracy bonus for 10 seconds and stacks 4 times. And the ace version will make it so that we reload all pistols 50% faster. Now for our weapons, I recommend using akimbo weapons for this. If you don't want to use akimbo weapons, you do have these 15 points here you can put into something else. You can maybe pull them out of there, and then go over here and instead maybe you want to get shotguns. So you could do like shotgun, and I guess we want to do damage too, and there's just 3 points. So you could do something like that if you wanted to. I like to have akimbo weapons for this because one, it's just fun to use akimbo weapons in general, and you don't need a whole lot of points to make them work really well. Like this works just perfectly fine. You'll pretty much kill everything you need to. They're very strong. There's not really a whole lot of things that are going to give you a hard time, especially since you have your turrets, because really your turrets are your main workhorse. That's the thing you're going to be using to kill enemies with. Your weapons are there just for enemies here and there, and to make sure you have ammo to put into your turrets. As far as which akimbo weapons to use, I like the cross kills. They have high accuracy and good stability, and the damage is pretty fair on them. I would also say the Shimano Customs are pretty good as well. I have not played around with the Deagles enough to know how that would work, but Deagles tend to be kind of overkill anyways. It's a lot of damage on there. But yeah, I like the akimbo cross kills. That's what I prefer. That's what I've been using. For my secondary, I've been taking the China Puff grenade launcher. You don't have to. You could take like maybe the Deagle or the Bronco or the Mod-Ev or something like that if you wanted to. Or maybe an RPG. It's whatever you want to do with that. But I've been taking the China Puff. I like having that explosive to kind of fall back on. So if I need to take out a dozer, or if I need to take out some armor off the dozer, I just fall back to that, pop a grenade at him. He's stunned, armor's falling off, run up to him, boom, 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 dead. So this is optional though. Don't feel like you have to have the Wolf Pack. I don't think the Wolf Pack is definitely a good DLC, but it's not required by any means. For our perk deck, we're going to be using the Maniac perk deck. If you don't want to use Maniac perk deck, you can also use Gambler. I've used Gambler with this as well, but really I'm going to go ahead and go with the Maniac perk deck. Here's how it works, okay? So with Maniac, 40% of the damage you deal is converted into Hysteria stacks, up to 240 every 4 seconds. Max amount of stacks is 600. So the way this works is that you gain 1 damage absorption for every 30 stacks of Hysteria. Hysteria stacks decay 60% plus 80 every 8 seconds. Math is hard, so basically, more stacks you have from dealing damage is good because that's going to give you damage absorption. It's also going to give absorption to your team members if you get all this stuff maxed out here. And if you don't hit things, you don't kill things, then those stacks are going to fall off. Pretty easy to understand that way, right guys? Don't need all the math, don't need all the other bullshit. What's really nice about this is that the turrets doing damage will count for Hysteria. So you sit your turrets down, they're going to be doing work, shooting people, killing things, and all those little hits that they're throwing out there are going to be giving you Hysteria stacks and your teammate Hysteria stacks. That's what makes this so strong, and that's what makes it so good to use this way. Now, if you don't want to use Maniac, or if you find yourself using it and you don't like it, or it's kind of hard to use, Maniac is only really good if you can actually get hits and get kills. You can also go over to Gambler. Whenever you pick up ammo packs, you're going to gain health, and it also gives health to your teammates, and it also gives them ammo. This synergizes really well with fully loaded Ace, because not only are you going to be getting tons of ammo per pickup, sometimes you'll get extra pickups because of having Scavenger aced, and also you'll have a way to heal yourself this way, right guys? Couple that with the increased range of Scavenger, you can pick up all kinds of ammo very quickly. You can heal yourself, heal your teammates, and it's just wonderful. So Gambler works great as well, but I prefer Maniac. I like the damage absorption. I like how it synergizes really well with turrets. If for some reason they make it to where this no longer works, like if Maniac no longer will proc off of turrets, then I would suggest going over into Gambler and taking that. But for right now, it works, and assuming it stays that way, it's very strong, it's very worth your time. Alright, so we've talked about the weapons, we've talked about the skills, we've talked about the perk decks. You guys know what time it is. Let's get in game, look at some footage, watch some shit get blown up. One thing to consider is that you have to really think about where you're putting your turrets at. One of the ways I like to think about it is I'll actually get myself down, usually I'll crouch, and kind of look where the turret's going to be looking. Whenever you can just set a turret in a hallway, or put it on a little choke point, or somewhere where it's only going to have a small range in front of it to shoot at, you're going to get the most success out of it. It's not going to be wasting time turning around or looking left, right, all around, trying to hit targets. The more you can narrow down its range, the better. Also be careful about putting them too far away from you. The closer you keep them together, the easier it'll be for you to resupply them and repair them if they ever get damaged. One thing that's kind of annoying is that it's really easy to end up accidentally toggling AP rounds off or on. So all you gotta do is just press F once while you're near the turret. It has a really far radius too, so if you're trying to inspire somebody or get a health kit or doctor bag or something like that, then be aware that you might have to fight with that a little bit, because it does kind of get in the way sometimes. It really is strange to be sitting here doing a build for turrets and basically talking about how amazing and maybe just a little bit too overpowered they are right now. I would have never guessed in a million years that turrets would become so powerful ever in this game. I mean, yeah, we always wanted a technician tree redesign, something like that, but holy shit, they made them really good. So yeah, turrets are kicking ass right now. Now's a good time to get in on the game. Be aware, though, that your teammates might get a little pissed off at you for stealing all the kills, but you know what? All's fair in love and Payday. Let me know if you guys have tried turret build yet. If you have or have not, please tell me how that's gone for you, and if they're ridiculously OP and amazing for you as they are for me. This is Axum Good Time Gaming. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share if you like anything you saw today. And remember to always have a good time gaming.